Hey friends, I've had a couple of you send a message that you weren't too sure about some of the problems on the homework. So let me just go over just a couple of things with you, and maybe that'll clear it up for you. Now, hopefully you've already copied your notes into your journal, because the notes help. The problems are like the notes, except for maybe like the last 3 problems, and I'll do one of those with you also. All right, so let's look at number 1. The first thing you've got to do on these is you've got to make sure that you have combined your like terms. So if you look at this, we got 5a and 2a. Well, 5a plus 2a is 7a. So I have negative 12 equals 2 plus 7a. Then just solve the equation. That's what you're doing today, is solving two-step equations. So we're isolating that variable. We're working with our inverse operations to find that. So you got to take care of this number first, get it out of the way. The a we save for last. So because this is a positive 2, we're going to subtract 2. Those 0 out. Negative 12 and negative 2 is negative 14 equals 7a. And then to isolate this variable, this is multiplying, so we do the inverse of that, do the opposite. So we divide by 7. So negative 14 divided by 7 is negative 2. Now we're done with that. A is by itself. Okay? Now if you look at let's look at number 6. We've got parentheses, so we need to distribute a little bit. So the 5 goes to each piece in the parentheses, each term. So I'm keeping the 20. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. 5 times x is 5x. Once you've distributed, you're down to a two-step equation. So take care of this negative 15 first. So we're going to add 15. So 20 plus 15 is 35 equals 5x, because this is zeroed out. And then we want to just solve for x, so we are dividing by 5. So 7 equals x. Okay. All right, so that should all pretty much be the same way. You're just distributing if you have parentheses, combining like terms, solving for x. All right, let's look down at number 8. This one has a variable on both sides. This is what we're going to get into the lesson tomorrow, but I wanted to go ahead and give you a sneak peek to see how you could do on it. So let's distribute. So 4 times 3y is 12y. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. And we have 5y minus 11. Now anytime you have variables on both sides, you have got to get them to one side. Now, it's really up to you. Some people move the smallest number. I usually get my letters to the left just because people seem to be a little happier when that variable's on the left side. It's really up to you. As long as you move the letters one direction and the numbers the other, it's all going to work out. But move your variables first to make it easier. You don't have to, but it does make it easier. All right, so I'm going to move my 5y to the left. So if it's a positive 5y, I'm going to subtract 5y. This zeros. 12y minus 5y is 7y minus 4 equals negative 11. Now, that's why I move it to the left, because once you move it, then it's just a two-step equation. It still is if you move it to the right, but usually you like it better if the variable's on the left. Okay, so it's up to you, but that's why we move the letters first. Then it looks like a two-step equation. Then you just follow through. So we're going to add 4. So I get 7y equals negative 7. We're dividing, and y would equal negative 1. Okay? And then 9 and 10 are the same thing. You've got to distribute, get variables to one side, numbers to the other. All right, hope that helps.